What's up, family? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Yes Chef. Well, not that exciting. I mean, there's no food, but we got a lot of information for you. So first and foremost, I will be starting a live cooking show on my TikTok channel. I will link that down in the description so you can go and subscribe to the TikTok because we are about to do big things on my channel. And I am going to be joined by none other than _the real Jazz. She is going to be in the building with me. We are going to be cooking it up. We are going to be developing a lot of great content for you. She's also going to be joined with Devon, my main man. He's going to pop in there as well. So look, we don't have a lot of information right now. We are just behind the scenes getting everything together. So that prompted me to start the vlog. And this vlog is going to help everyone kind of figure out what they need in the kitchen. So all of these must-haves are things that I do have in my kitchen and you should have in yours too. Here's the problem. I know a lot of people don't really know where to go and get good quality utensils and pots and pans and things for their kitchen. And that's what you have me here for. And listen, I will never tell you to do something that I won't do. I go to these places and I shop for my things as well. What are these places? We got your Marshalls, you got your Burlingtons, your Ross, your TJ Maxx's. We're going to all of them because I don't know what part of the country you're in or the world you're in. And if you have these things, maybe you have one, maybe you have two, maybe you have all of these stores near you that you can go and kind of look around and shop for the essentials for what you need for your kitchen. Because this show is going to be interactive, it's going to be cutting edge, and we are going to make sure that everybody is going to be able to know how to cook at some point. But in order to establish that type of cooking, you have to have the right tools, right? So this is my vlog going to all of these different stores. It may be about an 8 or 10 part series where I go in to the different stores, show you what they have in there and the prices that they have, tell you what not to buy, and tell you what you should buy. And listen, we're gonna save a lot of money and we're gonna build up your kitchen so that you are gonna be really successful when it's time to finally get in there and show everybody what you can do. So now the first store on the list is going to be Burlington. We're going to start off with all of the utensils and the different things that you need, and then we're going to move into the pots and the pans for their particular store, and then we're going to come back with the rest of the stores in other episodes as well. So enjoy this part 1 from Burlington. What's up, family? So we are in Burlington. I'm going to give you the tricks on what to purchase when you're looking for some good utensils, some good cookware. Now, a big part of what your food is going to come out tasting and looking like is going to greatly depend on the type of utensils that you use, the type of pots that you use. It makes the whole difference in the way you are trying to prepare your meals. Now, a lot of you think that you have to buy these expensive pots and these expensive utensils in order to get a great product on the table, but I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do it. I don't even buy those expensive things because I know I can come in places like this and get them for cheap. The difference is there are some things in here that aren't really that good, and there's some things in here that are whole bangers for you that's gonna make sure everything comes out delicious. So just listen to me. Just listen. I'm gonna take you through this step by step. When it comes to measuring spoons, you really don't have to worry about what type of brand, as long as you have the right amount of measuring spoons. Sometimes you may have to buy 2 different sets because some sets will give you smaller ones and some sets will just give you a standard type of measuring spoons. So like this one right here, this is an 8-piece. So this is good because this has a 1/2 teaspoon and a teaspoon, but you can get some that is lower than a 1/2 teaspoon. So what you would want to do is get something like this as well. So now some of these you will get like a tablespoon and then it'll have a 2 tablespoon all in one. So it just depends on what you're looking for, but you do want the most consistency and the most bang for your buck. So like this one here doesn't have, it has only the half a tablespoon and 1 tablespoon. The ones that I have at the house, I have some that has 2 tablespoons, 1 tablespoon, half tablespoons, and it actually is pretty much the same as this one. So again, you might have to buy 2 sets. Who knows? But listen here, here's the banger. $5.99, and then this one here is $2.99. So, you know, you can kind of combine, mix and match whatever you want. Another thing that you always want you some mesh strainers. Now, this one's pretty decent as far as what can go through it. It's not as meshed as I would like it, but you can always continue to search for some. You have some right here. So this one here is a 3-pack. So this one will probably be a lot better if you're starting out until you can find you something that's a little bit more meshed. And this is only $5.99 as well. Here's a good one right here. So here's a good, this is a good mesh right here. This is only $5.99 too. And you got 3 sizes. So something like this you can find in Burlington as well for $5.99. Now, another thing you want is you have to have you a good peeler. This is a good peeler. Now, there are some that are really cheap, but this looks like a good one. You want one that has a long handle on it, and you want one like this as well, because this will give you some julienne, and this will just peel. And again, $4.99, you can't beat that at all. All right, so the next thing you want you some wooden spoons. Now listen, this is $5.99. You're gonna always have to replace your wooden spoons. Always gonna have to replace them. And you'll probably have to change these out once every 6 months, maybe once a year if you want. Depends on how much you're cooking with them, because they do wear out really fast. All right, so another thing is the rubber spatulas. These are pretty good. These are good. I don't use them. I usually just buy the ones with the hairs on them. But if this is your thing, hey man, you know, it is what it is. Now, these are very big. So if you're not a baker, I don't really think you need this type of rubber spatula. So I don't cook with rubber spatulas. You know, I'll, scrape and move stuff out of a bowl into something with a rubber spatula, but I don't really cook with rubber spatulas. But if you're like a baker, this is something that you would want, and it comes in a pack. Now, you gotta be careful, because with rubber spatulas, they will come apart and they'll have all type of residue in between it. So that's something you have to look for as well. But all of this stuff is essential. Oh, and this one is $9.99. All right, so the next thing you want are tongs, okay? Now, I know some of you have pots that you can't use any stainless steel utensils in, so you want some tongs that has the silicone grips and the silicone things on them here. This would be a good buy, and this is only $6.99 here at Burlington. So this will be a good buy. So you got a small one, you got 2 small ones and a big one. This is all you need. Don't invest on a whole bunch of rubber spatulas because, or not spatulas, tongs, because they don't really last long. I prefer to use restaurant quality tongs, so you never have to worry about them. They're gonna stay intact, and we'll get you a place where you can go and buy those in another video. But these tongs, this is a 12-inch. This one here is a 9-inch, and this is 2 9-inches and 1 12. So this will be a good buy for $6.99 for the tongs. All right. So one of the most important things that you want in your kitchen is going to be kitchen shears. Now, a lot of this stuff just looks cute, looks good, and they're not really worth any, because I've had them before and they've broken in my hand because they're just not really good. Usually you can find some, and these look real sturdy to me without even opening them up or having them in my hand. They do really look sturdy, so you can really get in there and crack some shells or do whatever with these. Now this is only $4.99, all right? So these are some good shears right here. Another thing you should really be thinking about is getting you a cleaver, but nothing like this. You want a cleaver that's heavy. This is lightweight. This ain't gonna do nothing. This is just being cute. You don't wanna be cute when you're in the kitchen. When it comes to knives, stay away from this type of stuff too. Look, stay away from that. And stay away from this crap as well. All this is crap. This is not gonna do anything. You're not gonna achieve anything with this. Now, I don't think something like this would be too bad. This is pretty good, and it's only $7.99. There is no weight to it again, but if you start now, this could be pretty good. Stuff like this as well, you really gotta be careful when you're buying your knives, man, because this stuff is gonna get dull. There's really no weight to it. So in another video, we're gonna find you some good knives that you can actually use. And you don't need a full set of knives because guess what? You don't even use them all. But we're gonna get you set up to where you get certain knives one at a time and you will use those and they'll be very beneficial for you. You're gonna also need a good shredder, okay? Something like this is okay, but to be totally honest with you, you're not going to use a lot of it. I'm gonna show you what to get so you don't have to use this all the time. You want something pretty much like this. You got a shredder, then you have a grater on the side, and you have a shredder here, but it's not as big as this one. This is a box shredder, and it's only $8.99. This right here, you can really get some value out of this. So that's it for our Burlington, and we're at the big Burlington because you know they're building the small Burlington. So the big Burlingtons is probably your best route for this stuff. But man, listen, we're gonna go find some other stuff at some of these other stores, and we'll be back then.